Okay, so with the interview, I was going to ask you about being in Kansas City, your hometown, what you've been doing, the Royals game,
Yes.
and go over a little bit about. I read in an article that interview you did recently that Abe and Jake's and Lawrence was one of the first places. So
Yeah.
we'll touch base on that.
Mm-hmm.
Your new album, Digital Vein,
We should
kind
talk
of,
about that. Yeah.
and then your tour,
Mm-hmm.
and then a plug for the show tonight. Your socials.
I think it's all at the David Cook Twitter and
Okay.
Instagram, and then David Cook official maybe on Facebook.
Okay.
I think.
And that's where because I don't confuse it with the other David.
That's
Cook.
right. And then DavidCookOfficial.com. That's the website.
And then we'll take some liners, have you do some signing, a few pictures, and then we'll have upstairs, we'll do the performance.
Okay.
It'll be Periscope. He's also going to take video,
Cool.
and then we're also going to record it.
Okay.
So, and this will be played back after the football game around 4:30.
Perfect.
Oh, I have a question. Did you recently get married?
I did.
Hi, so we can talk about that too.
We could talk about it. Sure.
Because I happen to see billboards.
There's not a whole lot to say about it, but we can talk about it.
Well, that's all. Well, maybe let's keep it secret.
Private citizen and such.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll shut the door.
Oh, sorry, dude. That was me.
Well, these doors are kind of heavy because I think I shut it and it goes. It
Yeah,
opens right back up.
Yeah.
Alrighty, you want to give me some levels?
Check 1, 2. Hey, 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 hey. Check, 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 check. 1, 2.
That's stuff. All right, there we go. All right. And then I'm going to break this up into a couple little segments, so we may do a couple questions. I'll break it down and then bring it back up. 105.9 KISS FM, nothing but the hits. Hi, it's Tabitha. And tonight, a very special night in Lawrence because we have our very own David Cook, American Idol 2008, right?
That's 2008.
Oh, welcome to the studio.
I'm impressed with the date recall. That was well done.
Well, and you
sometimes
had-
I have to think about it.
You had the original judges too.
I did. Yeah. I'm old hat, man. It's just, I've earned these gray hairs in the beard. So.
So how long have you been in Kansas City now?
I snuck into town. I hopped on a really early flight out of Denver and got in about 8:30 yesterday morning, and did the family time, and then I snuck out to Kaufman and watched the Royals game last night. So,
Oh yeah, I saw the picture you tweeted.
it was very nice seats, man. I've got a few friends left in the organization from working there, and I made every phone call I could think of and got some good seats. So it was a great game, and I'm happy to say the Royals are undefeated when I go to playoff games. So I should just cancel this tour and just stay in town and go to games. That's what I ought to do. But
that's what I said. I mean, especially against the World Series.
exactly. Come on.
Hey, just wait till I sing the American anthem and then. Well, Lawrence, you have actually some history here.
Yeah, God, it was a long time ago. I played a show. I played 2 shows actually at Abe and Jake's back in the day. So we played this like all-day festival. I think Caroline Spine was the headliner, and then we played like 2 bands before them. It was like my first band. It was a band called Axiom, and then Maroon 5 got added to the bill last minute and ended up opening the whole show, and I think that was when they were still Kara's Flowers. So this was like before.
Oh wow!
This was like Songs About Jane was just getting ready to come out. So
I remember that time because I was a fan of
Yeah.
their soap disco days.
Yeah, it was a cool gig, man, and a great venue. So I'm happy to be back in Lawrence, playing another gig, and this time in a slightly larger room at the Lead Center. So
Yeah, they've got nice sound too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, well, you've got a new album out.
Yes.
Digital Vein.
Mm-hmm.
Concept behind the album and the name.
The name is actually a throwback to a record I did before Idol, a record called Analog Heart, and the processes of making those 2 records were similar, and I felt good about the creative process on Digital Vein, and probably more comfortable in that creative process than I had in a record since Analog Heart. So I kind of like that those 2 records really kind of bookend the last decade of my musical career. And the record itself, I needed a record process to be fun. My last RCA record was a record called This Loud Morning, and I'm super proud of that record. But it was at such a weird time in my life, you know, dealing with the death of my brother and trying to process that while trying to make a record. I didn't enjoy the process like I could or should have, and so I walked away from not really sure if I wanted to keep making music. And so I started writing Digital Vein just as an exercise to see if I could enjoy it again, and thankfully, you know, I did. And I think that energy kind of is all over this record. So I'm really proud of it and super stoked that it's out, and I'm getting to tour it, which is pretty great.
Oh, I mean, this is an exciting time in your life with your album. You got your tour. You just got married.
I just got married. Yeah, I outkicked my coverage, is what I like to say. Man, she's a great girl. So yeah, I'm gonna tour this record for a little while and then go home and be a good husband for a while. So.
Oh wow! Well, thank you so much for coming out. And tonight you're gonna be at the Lead Center.
Yes.
Performing.
Yeah.
And it's same name as your album.
Yes.
Digital Vein Tour.
Digital Vein Tour. I'm not that creative, so.
Keep it simple.
Exactly. Synergy. It's like Spaceballs the movie, Spaceballs the toilet paper. It's all consistent.
So for those going tonight, what can they expect from you?
You know, our shows, we try to make it different every night. I've always loved bands that switch it up and don't play the same set every night, and so we've always done that. So hopefully, you know, the people that come to the gig tonight are going to get, you know, a show unique to Lawrence, Kansas on that night, and walk away feeling like they got more than what they paid for.
Yeah. And also your Royals.
And Royals.
Take the crown.
I'm going to make a few Royals references tonight, just so everybody knows.
All right. So tonight, again, at the Lead Center. Oh, I do have one more question for you.
Lay it on me.
I've been dying to ask musicians this on stage. What is it like when you're on stage and you're singing out and they have their phones facing you? Is it different than you've been performing in a while? So you remember before everybody started bringing their phones.
Sure. I am.
Do you make funny faces?
I always feel like an old codger when I talk about this, but I still believe in the idea of experiencing something to experiencing it, just to experience it and not documenting it. Because you know, there's just I feel like sometimes you miss out holding up your phone. You know, I'm all for like, all right, taking a couple pictures just so I can prove to people that I was there and then just putting it away. But I know there's people that film our shows. I know there's people that stream our shows, and it is what it is. I'd love for them to kind of just be more in the moment, but oh well. I'm going to lose that argument 99% of the time.
You know, I was at a concert where, one of the guys actually stopped down. He goes, you know, there's always a girl who's not looking at me. She's looking at her phone.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
You know, it's the world we live in. I try to get everybody to put their phones away at least for one song every night.
That's right. If I get a good shot, okay.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. But, you know, that YouTube video is not going to be as good as coming to the live show, I promise. So.
Well, your socials. If people want to find out more about you, follow you on Twitter.
Twitter and Instagram is @TheDavidCook. You can go to davidcookofficial.com, or I believe it's David Cook Official on Facebook. And then, I don't know, there's probably 5 other things that
you've got all,
you've got
huge fans.
Yeah, we were
everywhere.
talking before about Periscope. I'm off my game with Periscope.
I mean, Philippines, too. There's a lot of fans out in the Philippines for you. You need to make sure.
We need to get back out there. It's been a while. So, right after Lawrence, Kansas, we'll go to the Philippines. Boom.
All right, again, David Cook. He's going to be performing tonight at the Lead Center. I believe show starts 7:30. And it's going to be a great night. Plays, I believe, standing room, too. So.
Come on. Yeah. Wear comfortable shoes.
It's 105.9 KISS FM. All right. Cool.
Are you done? I was just going to mention, it is our first standing room only show, general admission, on the stage. So we'll just be on the stage, 500, so it's not in the hall, right? 2,000 people, it's 500 on the stage,
right
so
there.
mention that.
Well, hey, do you have time after this? We could do a little,
Yeah, sure.
we could do a break?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do that, because
Yes.
I think that would be perfect to mention for that.
Groovy, dude.
All right, let me get a couple of liners from you real quick.
Done and done.
Also, we have 22 viewers on Periscope.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
big!
Hi, all 22 of you.
Yeah, I bet you they're from Philippines too. They're saying, yeah.
Well, you need to Philippines. You need to. What's the new lead singer from Journey? Arnetta Pineda.
Yeah.
There, go with him. He freaking rocks, man.
One of the members of Black Eyed Peas is Filipino. I know because my daughter's quarter Filipino, so.
Oh, yeah.
You know all the
She knows.
Filipino.
Oh yeah.
What's it's. I'm trying to think of which
that
guy
guy
from Black Eyed
rocks.
Peas is Filipino. It's
I don't
it's
know.
the.
His name.
Yeah, I can't remember his
It's
name.
not Will.i.am. It's not Fergie.
That's all.
Anybody on Periscope?
That's all we know.
Yeah, do you guys know?
Anyone on Periscope know who the Filipino guy is from the Black Eyed Peas?
I'm sure they
These are
know.
the hard-hitting questions we need answers to.
All right. So I just need you to say. Let me see if I can get something with our logo. There we go.
Okay.
105.9 Kiss FM. Nothing.
105.9. So I'm David Cook, and you're listening to 105.9 Kiss FM. Nothing but the hits.
105.9.
0.9.
It's a radio
See,
thing.
this is why we asked.
And whenever you're ready.
Hey everyone, this is David Cook, and you're listening to 105.9 Kiss FM. Nothing but the hits.
Say one more that just says your number one hit music station in Northeast Kansas.
Your number one hit music station in Northeast Kansas, 105.9 Kiss FM. Nothing but the hits.
And one more. You just say, hi, I'm David Cook, and I've been kissed. Mwah.
Hi, I'm David Cook, and I've been kissed.
Perfect.
Fun.
I've done it before.
He didn't
Oh.
seem such a thing.
Now, did they, when you were with American Idol, did they do the sort of training and...
You just kind of pick it up as you go. So, like, I learned, like in interviews when you're asked a question, unless it's obvious that the interviewer is being heard, you restate the question and the answer. I just kind of naturally pick that up to the point where I almost do it in like regular conversation, which is weird. And I never did specific like radio training, but then I remember, especially with the first record, they sat me in a room. It was a recording studio. I was there for 6 hours recording liners.
Oh my
And
God.
What?
They just give you like it was like a script about that
Oh my
thick,
God.
and you just go down the line and read. And I mean,
You're
it's
like,
like,
I need some water.
oh, dude, there was a lunch break scheduled, and I remember that.
And were they like radio liners?
Oh yeah, all
or
radio, all radio.
Yeah,
lines.
just to get you.
Yep.
Yeah,
just to farm them out, and
Yep.
you're done. Yeah.
sure.
See, I'm so used to it from the radio side,
Oh yeah.
from the talent side.
It's the initial push is pretty insane, and then you go in. I remember like we'd go into in studios, and they'd still have you cut the liners. And I'd be like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've already done that. I know this
I'll
one.
do it again, no problem.
I know this one. Did it not get to you?
Yeah.
Should have brought them all with you.
Oh, dude. It's weird because after a while you just like I just remember zoning out. Like,
Yeah.
You know, around page like 45, and you're just going down the line, doing it.
That's funny.
But at the end of that, you're like, okay, this is
Yeah.
cake. As long as you can read. If you can't read, it's
Then you got a problem.
It's a bummer.
All right, we got it saved.
Cool.
So.
And we got a local opener tonight, right? Sharp Sisters.
Yes.
That's right. I'm with the here.
I meant to say that.
We can talk about that
Clearly
today.
off. I don't know them.
Oh, you know? Okay.
I don't really feel comfortable talking about them. I mean, I can say their name, but I
Yeah.
really
Are they
don't know
from
them.
Lawrence?
Yes.
Kansas City?
KU.
They-
They're great,
Are they
but
KU students or are they
Yes.
local Lawrence kids?
yeah, they're KU
Okay.
students. They're great, but I just don't know enough to talk about them, so
Right.
I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Because we've had a consistent opener this whole run, and then he had to hop off. He's doing his record comes out today. Is today the 16th?
Oh, that's cool.
No, yesterday was the 16th.
Yeah,
Came out
it's
yesterday.
17.
But he signed on to do like he's doing like a 2-week like youth camp thing where he's playing his record and witnessing and all that stuff. So he's like, yeah, I gotta hop off. I'm like,
Okay. So, did you guys pick Sharp Sisters, or did somebody else pick?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I saw it when the show got announced. So I was like, okay,
Cool.
Well, we didn't.
And
Hear,
they're
we didn't
excited,
hear
'cause I
about
seen
it
the
until
tweet about it.
we didn't hear about it until like last week.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah, perfect.
we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've got
No,
we're,
they sound great.
we've got a few local openers on the next few shows, and then
That's
a
fun.
Nashville girl named Jillian Jacqueline's hopping on with us, I think, in Chicago, and then staying out with us through Cincinnati.
Very cool.
So, and then we're back with Andrew Ripp again, which, yeah, if you haven't heard his record, you should check it out. I just heard it today. It's insane. He shouldn't be opening for us, I know that, but he is.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and do performance next. So probably about 15, 20 minutes. We'll be back.
Cool.
Periscope's watching me with my bad back.
34 people.
It's bad.
We'll be back.
Oh, before we head up there, let's take some photos.